Where are we? Well, we were at Ice Cream Plateau, and then there was this huge wave, and oh no, we've been swallowed by a whale! Wow, we're gonna be digested! I don't want to be whale food, I'm too beautiful! Slap my fish and call me Ruffy. I come over to investigate all this racket, and instead I find company. What? Oh, hello. Do you live here? The name's Robinson, and it's a right pleasure to meet you. This whale's called the Bonehemoth, see, and he likes to chew on ice cubes. So there I was doing a bit of fishing on an ice float when he swims up and cool as you please, dag that fish up and swallow me in one bite. That was near 10 years ago now, give or take a few. You've been here for 10 years? By yourself? Nah, I ain't by myself. I've done gone and made myself a friend, see? Let me introduce you folks to my best friend, the whole wide whale, Bolivar. Now, Bolivar, where's your manners? Go on and say hello to the nice folks. Uh-huh, yeah, I know. It's gonna be a lot louder with these folks here. Well, Bolivar, it's good to hear. I'm happy to have some company myself. That's just a ball with a face drawn on it. Perhaps his loneliness was so great he felt the need to invent a friend. Oh, look at me, flapping my gums while you stand there ankle deep in chum. You folks should wander around, see the sights, get acquainted with your new home. This here Bonehemoth swallows all kinds of stuff, so if you want it, you could probably find it. In fact, take a look over yonder. Oh my gosh! Oh nuts, the teleporter is broken, but you can still switch dynametals in and out, so that's something. Hello, Beep. I was swallowed along with this reviving machine suit. Even in this terrible place, I can help with all your clingy needs. Ba whoop. Oh, hey, that's handy. Thanks, Clean. Robinson, is there any way to escape from this place? Escape? Fish guts. Why would you want to go and do a thing like that? Well, if you're serious, I suppose you could take it up with Lord Tonzilla. He's what you might call the supreme ruler of this place, see? He's at the top of the food chain and the top of the Bonehemoth's digestive tract. If you folks could defeat Lord Tonzilla, you might be able to leave this place. But I can't imagine why'd you want to do such a thing. And neither can Bolivar. Okay, I don't care what the crazy guy thinks. We have to beat Lord Tonzilla and get out of here. I hate to play the optimist, but at least we can excavate, clean, and revive fossil rocks here. Yes, well, we should split up and prepare ourselves. We'll meet again in the Bonehemoth's digestive tract. What's up, adventurers? My name is Platinum Phoenix, and welcome back to Fossil Fighters Champions. Last time, we got swallowed by a whale after fighting the 3 BB Brigade commanders. And this time, we need to find a way to escape the whale. So, I want to just point something out getting started. There are fossil rocks in here, and we can mine them, which literally means we're taking a pickaxe and digging through this whale's guts, which is horribly disgusting to think about. But I just wanted to point out that you can find fossil rocks here, but I think we're going to hold off on the bios because this isn't a very long trek. But also, running through here, Robertson just said that he was the only one here. Who is this? Like, she's not one of the BB Brigade commanders, and she's not one of us. Where did she come from? Who are you? Where am I? I was walking on Ice Grip Plateau when things got really dark. I'm not dead, right? Wait, what? I've been eaten? Man, that's a serious downer. Well, I guess I might as well set up shop while I'm waiting for a rescue. Anything you need today? So, this is a shopkeeper, and technically, she can sell you stuff. We just don't need anything she can sell us. She can sell us, or she will buy any fossil rocks from us, which is very nice. But she will also sell us, I believe she sells upgrades if you don't have all the upgrades. And she sells the usable items, so the buster points and the time extenders. But I'm full up on all of those, and I have all of the upgrades already, so I can't actually show that. But still, the whole selling items thing is very nice that she's able to do, because, like I said, you can find fossil rocks in here and clean fossil rocks in here. So if you're just trying to look for something specific or get all the fossil rocks, you can sell any unwanted fossil rocks to her, so you don't have to clean all of them. But that's all we need to talk to the shopkeeper for, so on farther back into the whale. But like I was saying, this whale, or the Bonehemoth, is not a very big dig site. In fact, we're coming up on the end already. Man, this place is so not groovy. It's all dark and smelly and gooey. And I keep smelling like fish? Total drag, man. I totally hate enclosed spaces. I think I have claustrophobia. Even my hair can't handle having this much goo in it. We have to get out of here before I lose my just woke up look. This is like all your fault. You're a total buzzkill. Yeah, if you hadn't meddled with our plans, none of this would have happened. We'd be ruling the Calisteo Islands and not trapped inside some stupid fish. You want to know why we want the islands? Yeah, like I tell you, we've got plans, big plans, really, really big plans. Look, our boss, Don Boneyard, told us to cancel the cup and drive off the fighters. So that's what we're doing. We'll deal with other stuff when the time comes. So, like, you're not even a member of Don Boneyard's evil gang, right? So maybe you should stay out of this and, like, stop asking questions. Yeah, so I don't have the energy to answer questions all day, so blow. Alright, fine, commanders. See if I save you from a whale. But we're just heading back here, and I believe literally right here, yeah. Hey, we think that Lord Tonzilla thing is up ahead. Are you ready, Phoenix? No, I am not. I just wanted to show that up here is where Lord Tonzilla is before we actually started going over the bios. But now that we've gone through the entire Bonehemoth, because this is literally all there is, we can finally start going over the bios. So, first up is Colanis. And I just have to point out that Fossil Fighters made a cool fire-type goldfish way before Pokemon did. And this thing is awesome. It's a good support, but honestly, it's only a supportive Venusaur, and it takes a lot of FP for you to actually get full use out of Colanis. It has a Super Inflame skill, which costs 100 FP just to get the bonus of Super Inflame. It can inflict random effects for 230 FP. And other than that, it really only has good support effects. But moving on from Colanis is Shelon. And Shelon is another supportive Venusaur. It has 2 Scare skills. It has Super Harden. It has Position Lock, which is a really big one since there is only 4 Venusaurs that have Position Lock. And it has support effects that lowers the opponent's defense, which honestly I think is worse than buffing your own stats, but can still be helpful. But other than that, it has bad stats that make it really not capable of dealing much damage at all. And it takes a lot for it to actually deal damage. So it's mostly just a supportive Venusaur. But after Shalon is Kesmo, and Kesmo is actually a pretty good all-around Venusaur. It has a Rotate and Excite skill as a support. It has a Harden skill, and it has good support effects. And if you want to use it as an attacker, it has pretty middling attack at only 66, but it does have Parting Blow, so when it is under 10% of its health, it gets a 200% boost to its attack and accuracy, meaning it actually has 132 attack when it's under 10% of its health, which is insane. But another big boost that Casmo has is that it can super evolve into Blitzagon. And Blitzagon turns it much more into an attacker because it trades out Parting Blow for an actually respectable attack stat of 86. And its support effects become much worse because they become mixed instead of purely good for you. But after Blitzagon is Oloro. And Oloro is an attacker that likes to be in any position on the battlefield. In the attack zone, it has good attack at 75, it has a good crit rate at 40, and it has an enrage and a counter skill, which allows it to avoid attacks, which enrage, and if it does get hit, it allows it to hit back for some damage with the counter skill. And if it's in the SZ, it has the Link skill, meaning this is actually a backup Venusaur, and it has decent support effects, so it doesn't mind sitting in the support zone. But after Oloro is Nightshist, and Nightshist is another example of a super early Venusaur that you got in the first game being kind of late in this game. But to make up for it, they do something insane. They give this thing ludicrous support effects. Minus 99 to your opponent's defense is insane. And it's well worth running, even if you think Nightshist is weak. But also, Nightshist can deal some damage of its own. It has pretty middling attack, but it does have 2 poison skills to help it deal more damage. And it also has a quicken skill if you want to use it purely for support. And next up is Dunkel. And Dunkel is a great support zone attacker. It has good attack at 72. It has great support effects. It has elemental boost, meaning it can do even more damage to air types. And it is the only Venusaur other than Tophus that has an instant KO skill. So if you want that on your team, or if you're having trouble with a certain Venusaur in a major fight or something, you literally can only get an instant kill KO move with Dunkel or Tophus. Those are your only 2 choices. But after Dunkel is Gondry. And Gondry is really hard to recommend if I'm being honest. Gondry is basically Shalon, but worse, which is bad because we literally get Shalon here. It has Harden instead of Super Harden like Shalon has. It has worse support effects than Shalon, but it does have a better scare skill, but only 1, while Shalon has 2 choices for scare skills. The only upside that Gondry actually has over Shalon is that Gondry has higher attack stat and higher damaging skills, meaning overall it will actually be dealing more damage than Shalon in the long run. But like I said, it's still kind of hard to recommend. But after Gondry is Plesio. And if I'm being honest, Plesio is kind of an outclassed mid-range attacker. It has a couple of upsides. It has 2 poison skills to help it with its pretty bad attack stat. And it has great support effects, so making it a supportive Vivasaur is not a bad idea. It also has Super Quicken to help your other Vivasaurs evade attack if you really need them to evade attacks. But the biggest upside that Plesio actually has is that it can super evolve into Marple. And Marple is basically just a strict upgrade from Plesio. It keeps all of its skills effects, so all of the poison and super quicken, it keeps. Its attack increases to 54, which is still not great, but better than Plesio. And it increases its support effects, which is great. It has two major downsides, however. The first being that it has the lowest FLP of any super evolver in the game. So any super evolver that you are using or have seen or heard me talk about, this has lower life points than literally all of them in the game. And that's bad because it's also coupled with some pretty bad defense, meaning this thing gets taken out very easily from anything that looks at it funny. So it's very hard to actually use unless you're using it purely for support, which is what I recommend if you plan on using it. But with all the Vivasaur bios gone over, it is time for Lord Tonzilla. Are you ready, Phoenix? Yes, I am. Right, let's go. We're coming for you, Lord Tonzilla. That must be Lord Tonzilla. What? It's just a giant tonsil. Stand back, kids. Pauline's gonna perform a little oral surgery on this loser. I love her plan here, by the way. Just kicking it is such a funny idea. It's just like, well, they call it Lord Tonzilla, and it's literally just this giant tonsil with shells on it. So I'ma kick it. Tonzilla. Oh. Pauline, no, stop kicking it. Tonzilla. All right, getting into our fight with Lord Tonzilla. This is our first real example of a boss fight with just a Vivasaur, which happens actually a couple times in this game, but this is by far the easiest. Lord Tonzilla, I'm not giving him a bio because we're not obtaining it right now, but I do want to go over Lord Tonzilla for this fight. Lord Tonzilla starts with a skill called Inflame plus S, meaning that at rank 5, which is what it's at, it has 22 attack, but since it starts with Super Inflame by that skill, it has effectively 62 attack at the beginning of this turn. That's higher than Harpy, that's higher than Rock, and that would be higher, or that would be comparable to Obsidian without the Inflame skill. It's insane how strong this thing is just for it being a tonsil. But since it only has it for one turn, and it only has one attack, which it is almost certainly going to do here. Yeah, it only has one attack, which is Dangle. It's not the most threatening thing. And since it's a 1v3, you shouldn't have any problem with this fight. Also, other than that, with its 62 attack on that first turn, it also has a 40% crit chance, meaning that it can actually do some damage on that first turn. But I'm going to show you why Obsidian is amazing. Let's Frightful Assault. Flamethrower. 112, 167, 223. Jesus, it's already dead. Yeah, it is not a hard fight at all, especially if you have a good fire type. You just obliterate Lord Tonzilla, and it's so funny to do. But with that, we also get a level up for Harpy to rank 12. And another rank up for Zephyr, rank 14. Zephyr is pretty clearly our strongest Vivasaur right now, which makes sense. It is our starter. Oh, and Medusa gets a rank up too, to rank 12. Never thought I'd get pummeled by a giant pink tonsil. It's a little embarrassing. I fail to understand how this thing will help us escape the whale. You actually did it! You knocked out Lord Tonzilla! There's a flutter coming now, and no denying! Come on, Oliver! We've gotta get to the boat! All aboard who's going aboard! I think Robinson's lost his mind. How can knocking over a tonsil cause a flood? What was that? Perhaps Robinson is not quite the madman we took him for. You know how a gag reflex can be triggered by stimulating the tonsil? Well, perhaps. Wait a second. So you're saying what's going to happen is all right, I need to rant a little bit because this plan was so dumb. First off, they didn't even know what was going to happen once they defeated Lord Tonzilla, let alone what Lord Tonzilla was when Robinson told them about it. But also, what would they have done if they were in the middle of the ocean? Freeze to death? Like, it's so insane that they're just like, we're just gonna fight this thing and hope. But, well, there you are. Thought you folks were good as lost for good, I did. We were in the Bonehemoth, and then there was this giant wave, and yeah. I told you not to mess with the natural order of things. You lot are lucky to be up and walking around, you know. Yeah, I'm a free man once more, and I suppose I owe you my thanks. It's been 10 years since I last smelled fresh air, and 10 long years. Well, I best be getting back to my trade, eh? Them fish won't catch themselves. Good day to you folks. Also, what did Robinson eat for 10 years? Because I doubt he wanted to eat fossil rocks or ice cubes that the whale swallowed. Anyway, okay, so that was kind of a low point for the patrol team, but what matters is we're out. I should thank my lucky stars we're even alive. Oh, and Lord Tonzilla too, I guess. I hope the BB Brigade trio escaped. Despite their intentions, no one deserves to be trapped in a whale. Wait, you're worried about me? Really? What a trip, man. Maybe this means the rich kid likes me? So, you made it out, did you? Yeah, some Robinson guy came along and rescued us. He was attracted to my style, like a sailor to a siren. Yeah, so I gotta, split this scene and go hose myself off. So here, you should have these. And with that, we get these super electromagnites. I don't understand. Why are you giving these back to us? We heard it was you that made the Bonehemoth harf us up, right? So that means you saved our lives, which is weird because you're our mortal enemies. Anyway, it's bad juju to leave a debt like that unpaid. So we're all square now, right? Are Cole and Lester okay with this? Hey, this is Lola's crazy plan. I just do what she tells me. Yeah, the more she fails, the better I look. So, this is like a one-time kind of thing, dig? Next time we meet, I'm totally gonna flip your wig. I'd love to stay and give you some style tips. Goodness knows you need them. But yeah, I'm out of here. Watch your back, you losers. I can't believe I'm saying this, but they're not all that bad. We can discuss the relative merits of our enemies later. Right now, each of us should take the Super Electromagnites back to an island. Also, technically, if the Bare Bones Brigade's whole goal was to end the cup, having us eaten by the whale would have ended the cup, because we're on the semifinal round, and we're 3 of the semifinalists, meaning there would only be 1 fighter left, effectively ending the cup. So technically, if we just stayed in the whale, the Bare Bones Brigade would have won. Yeehaw! Y'all done recovered them Super Electromagnites from them BB Brigade varmints. Thanks to you, we got power back to the entire park. That's some fine work, Phoenix and Pauline. Oh, and you too, Rupert. Pardon me, Joe, but I have a favor to ask you. I would like to be allowed to join the Calisteo patrol team. I want to protect the Calisteo Cup, no matter what. You kidding? I ought to be on my hands and knees begging you to join. Rupert, I hereby name you as a full-fledged member of the Calisteo patrol team. Thank you. Now, listen up. We only got 2 rounds left in this here cup. The BB Brigade's running out of time, and there's nothing more dangerous than a cornered rat. Y'all gotta be on your guard, all right? Do whatever it takes to save the cup for fighters everywhere. Are you sure this is a good idea, Rupert? Your father's gonna be furious. Most likely, but that's all right. I've decided it's time for me to show a little backbone. I'm going to tell my father what I think and let the chips fall where they may. All right, if you can do it, then so can I. Remember my promise, Phoenix? Well, I'm going to be brave and take this mask off for good. I'll probably blush like crazy and stammer when I talk to people, but I think I'm okay with that now. For the rest of the cup, people will see my face. Here we go. Okay, that's weird. It won't come off. Ah! 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 Oh my gosh! The mask won't come off! What do I do? What do I do? What do I do? I'm cursed! I'm gonna have this mask on for the rest of my life! No! I don't understand. Is that some kind of special mask? I see. So the mask has magical powers, does it? Yes, I'm worried about Pauline as well. We should go after her. Pauline, wait. Dig. Pauline! You are friends of Pauline. Dig. Ah, yes. It seems you are Digga. I am the chieftain of the Digga people on Vivisaur Island. I am also Pauline's grandfather, Dig. The mask that Pauline wears is enchanted with a spell of ill will, Dig. It gives the wearer confidence and cheer, Digga. But there is a price. Once it takes hold, it is impossible to remove. The mask becomes the master, Dig. When I learned Pauline took the mask, I came right away, but Dig, I came too late. I cannot pursue her, Dig. I am too old and my back too sore. Please, Dig, you must help my dear Pauline. Time is short, Phoenix. I'll search Mount Krakenak if you take Rainbow Canyon. Agreed? All right. Well, we have gone through quite a bit this episode already. So I think we are going to end it here now that we have a new task of helping Pauline. So I hope that everyone enjoyed watching. If you did, make sure to like, comment, and subscribe to the channel. Next time, we head to Rainbow Canyon to see if we can help Pauline fight against an evil mask. But until then, happy adventuring.